Dynamic duo, Batman, Robin. Whoever don't like it, it's that man problem.
Are you guys seeing that glow? Ooh. Ooh. Almost gone. Okay, anyways. Hi YouTube. So it's Ray. And yes, I'm here alone. Deanne is gone. She's no more. I'm joking. Okay, so basically, in our introduction, we did let you guys know that we wanted to put out videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that is what's happening now. But before I jump right into the video, I want to say thank you guys so much for all the love and support from both friends and family that we got. Just positive feedback, you guys watching, like taking the time to even watch the videos, a lot of people sharing the videos, like that just means so much to us. So basically, this video is a story time, as I mentioned, and it actually is about a story that happened, this was back in high school. So back in high school, we were basically granted the opportunity to go to Windsor. And it was like a little Black history. So on this trip, we would get together with other schools around Toronto, and we would basically just have one big Black history moment. Now, not only Blacks were allowed to attend, of course, but what it was we would all get together and they would put us all in groups, and like by names of famous, Black heroes, and they would have us do like workshops and activities to basically get better acquainted with Black history and those of the Black history that have done so much for us and invented things and stuck up for things and stuff like that. So basically, so that we can get a better knowledge, it was a whole weekend of just pure knowledge, pure learning, and pure fun with the whole Black history situation. So going there now, we were allowed to, like I said, have our fun also with the learning. And we met, when I say we, me and my best friend that went, we went, like one of my best friends, we went, and we had a lot of fun. And there was this guy in particular that just seemed like he was just so determined to meet me and to like get to know me. He was a really shy guy. He wasn't like, the best looking guy, but at the same time, I decided, he was really sweet, like when he ended up approaching me and talking to me and stuff like that. And he took initiative in always like because when we exchanged numbers, like because girls go on one side of the dorm and guys go in the other, so when we ended up exchanging numbers and stuff like that, like he was always texting me when we had to basically go to dorms, and I don't know, he was just really sweet. So there were other guys there like trying to holler, but which I'm not gonna lie, were some pretty attractive guys, but I decided that he's a nice fella, like give him a little play, like leave him alone, whatever. And so I didn't exactly know how far this would have taken us, because even though it is in Toronto, he lives like half an hour to an hour, like pretty much away from me. So if you know me, I don't do travel, boo. I don't travel. I don't do it. Like, I just don't do it. So I didn't know how this was going to turn out. But anyways, I just still decided, we can talk, we can see where things go, blah, blah, blah. So as we were talking now, basically, before I jump into after Windsor, there was, before we were invited to Windsor, we were told that, because I had known about the trip since we were like, I think in grade 9, but we were told that at the time, I believe it was only grade 11s and 12s that were able to go. We had no idea that this rule had switched, and that apparently like kids that were like, you know, basically in like middle school were able to go on this trip depending on what high school they were planning on attending in September. So what happened now was, you know, him and I were talking and stuff like that, and then I don't know if you guys know the school Eastern, so he was basically playing like that was the school that he went to. So he kind of slipped up, and I totally forgot what he said to me, but he slipped up and it didn't make sense what he said for somebody that was supposedly supposed to be in grade 11. Or yeah, because I think he said he was in grade 11. Yeah. So and telling me, because I believe I was grade 11. Was grade 11? Because I believe I was 17 at the time, and he said that he was the same age. So basically after that situation now, and I basically caught him in the lie. He was like, oh, you know, I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm actually 16 and I'm in grade 10. So I was kind of pissed of him lying. I was trying to think to myself, like, is it really that bad? He's a year younger, like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I was kind of pretty mad that he would even decide to lie to me. So his cousin had texted me once, like, because after he lied, I didn't talk to him for probably like, well, I think we still talked, but I wasn't really talking to him the same. Like, it was kind of like dry replies and stuff like that. And his cousin was messaging me saying, you know, he really likes you, can you give him a chance and stuff like that. And then I was like, well, you know, with me, I'm like, I don't mind anyone younger, but it was just kind of upsetting that I thought that he was my age and stuff like that, and that he would lie to me about it, especially if he's only just a year younger. Like, why lie? So his cousin was like, oh, how old are you, by the way? So I'm like 17. And then he was like, oh, how old did my cousin tell you that he was? And I'm like 16. So then his cousin starts laughing, and I'm like, what are you laughing at? Like, what's so funny? So then he said, I think his cousin was a girl. I don't even remember, because this person, I never talked to them on the phone. Like, it was just a text message. So his cousin's like, maybe you and what do I call him? Let's call him Esther. No, is that a girl's name? Esther? That makes me think of what's that movie? Is that Orphan? No, I don't like that. That kind of creeps me out. Thinking of a different, okay? I'm gonna call him John. So his cousin's like, I think you should talk to John, whatever, right? So I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, just the way that the cousin like kind of laughed at it and then said it, I was like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. So basically I messaged John and I was like, you know, I was telling your cousin about your age and something seems a little fishy. Like, what's going on? Like, why is your cousin laughing and all this stuff? So he goes, oh, well, you know, I did lie again. And I'm like, about what? So he's like, oh, I'm actually 15. So I said to him, I'm like, you know what? You're gonna keep lying, and I literally don't understand, like, how, like, when exactly were you planning on telling me that you, like, I don't understand, when were you planning on telling me that at all? Like, what if I decided, like, I believed you, we ended up getting to know each other better, like, making people catch feelings or whatever. Like, we weren't at that point, but at the same time, I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, what if, you know what I'm sitting there like, what's wrong with this guy? Anyways, so I'm just like, you know what, lying, it's just like, you lying, I don't understand it. I'm just gonna let you go your way, I'm gonna go my way. It's best, you know what I mean, to do that. So cousin messages me again. His cousin's like, oh, you know, John told me that he told you the truth about his age and stuff like that. I can see why it must bother you and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, because I'm like, me being 17 and him now telling me he's 15. Once again, his cousin starts laughing. So I'm like, what is wrong? I'm like, no, you need to tell me what's really up, because I'm like, you laughed the first time and then I found out he actually wasn't that age. So I'm like, what is going on? Let me just fast forward and let you guys know. This guy was actually turning 14 years old.
Bruh.
14 okay, 14 years old. I think literally when I found out the truth, that's how I was on the phone with him. I'm like, can I just ask you a question? How exactly did you even get to obtain a ticket to this trip exactly? He's like, oh, how they're doing this thing now where, you know, middle schoolers are allowed to go and stuff. Who, John? I was just like, you know what? When you do get to high school, please just, you know, just act right, have yourself a good life, take care, all that good stuff. Because I couldn't even bother. And you want to know the funniest thing out of all of this? His cousin then once again texts me back, okay? And by this time, like, I know you guys probably thinking like, okay, what if his cousin is him or whatever? But no, like, the cousin actually got my number and was texting me from a different number. Then again, it could have still been him, I don't know. Take this in. The cousin decides to text me and starts cussing me out. And I'm sitting there like, cussing me out, talking about, oh, well, you know, you being a grown person should have decided that you were gonna look more into the situation instead of dealing with him. You might as well deal with him now, like, he loves you, you broke his heart. What? Like, what are you talking about? John, talk to your cousin. Like, I was sitting there like, what is this person talking about? Like, talking about, oh, I might as well be with him and age nothing but a number. Like, dude, you've been laughing at me. You laughed at me like 3 times for not even knowing the person's age, and now you're gonna sit up here and talk about I should. Anyways, okay, anyways. That was just so embarrassing. Like, I was just like, do me a favor, okay? Go feed John and just stay out of my business. You and John go to the zoo, go take a walk. I don't even, just leave me alone. Leave me out of it. Both y'all are crazy. Something's wrong with you. You're trying to trap somebody. Just bye. Like, all ties, all talks, whatever, locked off. I couldn't do it. Could not do it. It was too much. I was done. Okay, I was done. Honestly, like, even though that was so many years ago, I just felt so worked up again. Have you ever, like, experienced that? You're just sitting there and you're just like, if I ever catch John on the street. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. Sorry if it was too long. But anyways, yes, that is the story time that he decided to act an age that he was not. But John is gone.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So, hey, I knew I picked that name for a reason. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys liked it, loved it, watched it, subscribed it, whatever. And I will see you guys next week, because on Friday you'll be seeing Deanna. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Toodles. How do I end the video? I need to, like, find a new way to end it. I think I'm gonna say toodles, okay?